That's right, don't care AF. And I know that a lot of you watching this may not be on the younger side, or you're all very young, but AF. You know what AF means, right? As the swear word, if I have to spell it out for you. Don't care AF. Don't care. You know what I don't care about? A lot of things. And I don't want you guys to care about things either. I don't want you to care what people think. I don't want you to think you have to explain yourself. I don't want you to think that you owe anybody an explanation that thinks that they deserve one. Unless you did something really crappy, of course. We all know how to be polite adults, right? But in general, if you're a good person and you don't go around just hurting people and doing bad things, then you don't owe anybody any explanation. And don't care what people think either. Okay, today is Veda Vlog Every Day in August, day 17, but it's really 18 because it's 4 in the morning and I didn't do my video yesterday, and I don't care AF because I have been busting butt all day long. I have not stopped. I haven't gone to sleep yet, so it's still the 17th to me. I'm leaving tomorrow on a plane. I had so much to do to get ready for that trip. Get my house ready for me to leave, get me packed. I'm almost all the way packed. I gotta go to bed because my head, I am very tired right now. And I don't AF. And I just want to come here because this has been on my mind actually for several days. When people say things about you and it's not true, like don't care AF. Okay, don't care about it. I'm going to tell you a little story. Long time ago, I used to teach in-person psychic development and intuition and intuitive healing classes every Saturday, all day long for months. I taught like 5 levels, so people would study with me very intensely for a long time. So each level was 5 weeks, all day Saturdays, 5 levels, you do the math, okay? And yeah, I used to do that. That was a long time ago. But there was this one particular class that I had where there was this woman in the class and she was special. Let's put it that way. Everybody's special, but she is special in her own way. And I had somebody else in my class. There was many people in my class, but I'm going to talk about these 2 people. One was a woman, that's the special one, and one was the guy. And she really liked him, and she would always try to hug him, and he would jump away from her because he didn't like her. And she would be always going after him. And so, for many months they're in the same class, and he didn't like it, and then she just kept doing it. So I'm going to give you the shortened version because it was a very much bigger version. She really overstepped a lot of boundaries. She started giving me things every class, really nice things. But it was when it gets just okay, the first time that's nice. The second time it's oh, well, you just gave me something. And then the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, it's okay, you got to stop because this just isn't right. Meanwhile, she's still dealing with him and trying to do all these things. So I would always teach about cord cutting and, not connecting to people's energy and keeping your own energy to yourself, being healthy, giving other people their own right to their own space so they can be healthy. And, taught a lot about these energetic teachings. So one day we came to class and he was talking about how he felt like he had cords a lot during the week. And she speaks up and says, well, I was courting you. I was sending you a lot of cords. And so that's something the opposite of what I was teaching, right? And to even just say it in the class, it was kind of weird. So I was like, you're not supposed to do that. That's an invasion of people's energy. You don't send your energy to somebody to like be attached to them. That's not polite. That's not, being polite with your spiritual hygiene. It's not good for you. It's not good for him. We don't do that. And you know that because we teach this stuff in this class. And so then the next week, she's mad because she's just getting tired of him not responding positively to her. So now she's pissed off and she comes and she says, oh, well, I made a voodoo doll of him and he's going to pay for, the way he's acting towards me. And I was like, what? Oh my gosh. So obviously I can't keep somebody in my class that's making voodoo dolls on other people. And I'm like, you know what? I'm sorry, you're going to have to leave. You can't be in this class. You can't be doing this to people in the class. So she was very pissed off, and that's another story, whatever. And so, she moved on, and, she would stay around because I was working at a healing center, and she would go to other people's classes and do all kinds of weird stuff. But whatever, I just couldn't have her in my class. So that was like, I want to say 20 years ago. And, of course, she pops in my head every so often, but not really. I mean, it's someone you're never going to forget, right? But don't really think about her every so often. I mean, of course, I didn't forget about her. So, I don't know. Recently, I heard that she had written an email, like saying all these lies about me, saying all this stuff that apparently I did during these classes, that everything she said was completely untrue. Well, first of all, I get a phone call from someone that works with me, and somebody told him about this email. And so he's like, I'm going to send you the email. And I said, I don't want to see the email. I don't care about that email. Like, what does she have to say? Like, this is 20 years ago. What is her point and what does she want? That's all I want to know. So he was saying some of the stuff that she was talking about in the letter. And then I'm like, yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's what I do. Yeah, right. Anybody that knows me, anybody that's taking classes with me, anybody who's been a client of mine, oh, sure, they would totally agree with this. And I'm being sarcastic. It's not true. It was like totally the opposite. She was actually talking as if she was talking about herself, to be honest, not me. And so I said, well, what does she want? And it was just, really, she didn't want anything. But what she really wanted was to engage and get my energy, and that's a tactic to get people's energy. That's like being an energy vampire. So trying to get me to get upset and engage with her again after all these years, which of course I have no interest in doing. So this is just like a really good example of don't care AF, because everything she said was completely bogus and ridiculous. It actually was, she's talking about herself, which wasn't good at all. And I didn't care to read that, because why? It's all a bunch of BS anyway, and I don't care. And I don't care about this person either, to even give it mind. So it was like, I didn't care, I didn't need to see it, just tell me what I need to know, and then I heard it, and it was nothing that I really needed to know. And it was so great to not have that affect me. It was just like, that's all a bunch of BS. I don't have to explain myself. I don't have to, prove to anybody that that's wrong or right or whatever it is, right? I don't have to explain anything. Anybody that has known me would know that it's all a bunch of BS. So that's what I'm talking about, is don't care AF. And think about that in, your life. When people think that, oh, well, they have an opinion of you, or they think you didn't do something right, or they think you're not dressing the right way, or, oh, maybe you don't wear your hair, your clothes the right way, or maybe you don't, behave the way that they think you should behave. Everybody has opinions about people. And like I said, as long as you're a good person, and you're, living a reasonable life, nobody really should be saying anything anyway, even if you're doing a crappy life. But you know what I mean. People, you don't owe anybody anything. And if people are going to lie about you or say things about you that aren't true, so what? Don't care AF. Don't care. You don't owe, if they want to believe that, or the people that they talk to want to believe that, that's their problem. You don't have to prove yourself. You don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to care about it. You know who you are. You know what you've done. You know how you feel inside. Nobody walks in your shoes. They can't say who, what you're doing is right or wrong. They're not seeing life from your perspective. Another example is, we're doing, a lot of people around here are doing these painted rocks. They paint rocks and then they hide them, and then people find them, and then they post it on Facebook, and so it's this whole thing. And I had posted this news article about this woman. Her husband had died, and she was looking for 2 rocks that he had painted. And one person, they already found one, and they're looking for this duck rock. And so, I just posted it, whatever, it's in Texas. So, what's the chances? But sometimes rocks end up in other states. And somebody, people were like, oh, I'm going to post this, and if people see it, of course we're going to give it back. And then this one lady got all bitchy. She's like, oh, this is ridiculous. He did that to give somebody joy, and she has to have it. Like, she has to have that. She probably has so many things of his. Why does she need that? And I was just like, I just wrote, I didn't have an opinion towards the woman who said it. I just thought, well, that's probably not really nice, but whatever, that's how she feels. And I just wrote, she probably has a good reason for wanting it. That's all I put. But other people are getting on there and saying, you're terrible, you're rude, like she's, grieving, maybe that was something special that they did together. And so they're all like getting really pissed off at this woman. And, for me, I like to keep my energy, I need my energy. And I'm not going to just give up my energy to be upset about what somebody said. Like, I'm sure that lady, it didn't sound that nice what she said, but maybe she didn't mean it to be mean either. And she did say, I'm not trying to be rude, and I can be rude, but this wasn't rude. I'm just saying. And so, that's what she said. I believe her. I don't know I could care less to agree with her or not agree with her. I wouldn't have said what she said, but in one ear out the other, I don't really care. I'm not going to lose sleep over it. And people are just getting really upset about it. That's the other thing, is when somebody says something and you tell them something and they don't believe you. No, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true. I used to have somebody that used to do that to me all the time. I'd be like, if I'm telling you this, it's true. I don't lie, okay? And, no matter how much I tried to tell them, they would insist that I was, it wasn't true. It was so ridiculous. I never had anybody do that in my life. It was really weird. That was a really weird behavior. And it was frustrating because I couldn't believe that I couldn't, why wouldn't you believe what I say? That's so weird. And finally I was just like, you know what? I don't have to convince you. I'm telling you what I feel. I'm telling you how I see things, and if you don't believe it, then you don't believe it. I don't care AF. So this is the point of this video. You don't owe anybody any explanations. You don't have to try to prove yourself. You don't have to defend yourself. If people are going to think one way, whatever. That's a reflection of them and whatever's going on in their life, because what other people do is other people's issue. That's not your issue. If somebody's going around and saying stuff, they're the ones that have the issue. And you don't need to, just because somebody's saying something about you doesn't mean it's true. And even if it is true, who are they? You don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to care. Don't care AF. That is the point of this video. I hope you understood it. You don't have to do anything but be who you are, be the best person you can be, and as long as you're good with yourself, then it really doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. All right? That is it. If you have not subscribed, subscribe to my channel and click on that bell, and you'll get notified when I come on live or upload new videos, and put in the description below Is watching porn bad? Like, that's another topic. I mean, I don't have a judgment. People like to watch porn. Why not? Don't care AF. Whatever, it just sucks. Anyway, I guess I should say I'm answering somebody who just chatted something on my screen. So you guys don't see that. I see it. And somebody asked me, is watching porn bad or something like that? Anyway, don't care AF. Do what you want to do. And what was I going to say? Oh, yeah. Thanks for being here for Vlog Every Day in August, if you're watching it at that time. Day 17. So day 18, we're into day 18, and it is actually day 18. So I am flying out in the morning, so I have to go to bed. It's like 4. My flight leaves at like 11, so I have to be at the airport by 9, so I need to get to bed because I still haven't packed my bathroom stuff. But I think I'm pretty done other than that. And so I don't know where I'm going to come live to you tomorrow. Maybe I'll be at an airport somewhere. I will talk to you from an airport. That sounds like fun. Or I might just talk to you when I get to California. So I'll be traveling all day. I won't get to where I'm staying until probably 7 o'clock, 7:30 p.m. By the time I get there, where I'm staying in California. So somewhere along my day, you will see me with day 18 with something else that I have to say. And I hope you guys enjoyed this. Have a great day or night, whatever you're having. And I'll see you all tomorrow, which is today. Peace out. See you later. Thank you guys.